Alright, boys and girls, the birds singing, the sun is quasi-shining through a thin layer of radioactive dust in the sky, and, well, it's another episode of S.T.A.L.K.e.r. Hope you're all doing well, hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Now, we've got some bits and bobs to do. Obviously, we're going to continue our conversation from last time, conversation about confidence and talking to people and making new friends, specifically, or maybe not specifically, but generally from the perspective of an adult. And we've got missions and stuff. In fact, actually, let me get down to this bottom of the stairs. We'll stand in the doorway and actually explain what we're going to do before I start actually waffling your ears off about the subject of today. Right, so we've got this big unknown enemy. Don't know what this means, but we do have some mutants that we need to kill. There's also a box over here that I would like to try and grab as well. And I'm thinking, we haven't been to Dead City yet. Now, I can't for the life of me remember if I need to switch off the brain scotch for this, but we'll go over there anyway and see what's what. And if we need to switch off the brain scotcher, well then we will die. And then we'll just respawn here, and then we'll go about our business. There's other bits and bobs that we could do, but that's my primary goal for today. So yeah, if you remember... Oh, and also, by the by, got new guns, haven't I? Got a blooming shotgun, like a proper one this time. I've got a scope for my rifle, so I'll be able to pew-pew people from a distance. And I've got a semi-okay pistol, which is better than the pea shooter that we've had for the previous few episodes. So, well done, me. I've done some stuff in between these games. Like I say, I tend to play this game at least a couple of hours every couple of nights, you know, because this is my relaxing, chill-out, calm game. Now, if you remember from the previous episode, which was, as of recording today, it's a Thursday. This game will probably be uploaded on a Friday, or today, whenever you're watching this. And so I've given you about maybe 6 days for the homework, which I know is probably not the most exciting thing if this is the first ever thing you've ever seen. But I did set people homework. Oh shit, there's green stuff. Is this a bad stuff? I need to avoid this, potentially. Don't like that. But yeah, so give you some homework. And the homework was to find something, an activity, that you enjoy doing. Not because you do it to keep your mind off things, not because you do it to avoid certain situations, but something that you genuinely, absolutely enjoy. Whether that's reading, watching a film, playing video games, going for a walk. Yeah, I don't like that gaseous cloud, but we're going in the right direction of stuff. Just gotta avoid that unknown enemy. I don't know what that means. I can only imagine it's bad stuff. But, yeah, so, hope that you've at least, if you haven't done it, at least hope that you've thought about doing it, because that's going to be a major thing when it comes to talking about our topic of today. Now, I do believe that the 2 points I brought up last time was about internal equality, the idea that when you're talking to people... By the by, if you haven't seen the previous episode, do watch the previous episode, because that is the general introduction to the topic, and I'm not going to go through it again because, well, you know, that's just no fun for you who's already watched it. You know, so go watch the other video, man. It's in the playlist if you haven't seen it. Now, corpse disposal anomaly. Before we actually get involved, let's grab the box, shall we? I assume it's underneath here. Please don't grab me, Mr. Anomaly thing. Are you here? I assume you're somewhere here. Oh, there you are. You are the actual tree itself. Right, so we have got 2 environmental protection upgrade. Can I actually just put this on the thing? That's the question. Can I just slap it on top? I can! Do I waste it for that? Or do I... Yeah, because I can just pop it on. Might wait till I get next level armor before I do anything like that. That would be the smart thing to do, Mr. Landshark. Don't waste your upgrades on shit armor. Yeah, so we talked about internal equality, the idea that you must look at other groups of people with the same level as you would look at yourself. Don't put them above you or below you. You are all, in fact, the same. Well, not the same person, obviously, but you can't look at them like as if they are above you in any regard. And you've got to understand that a lot of people are benefiting from something called situational confidence. The idea that they are in situations, they've already got their friends, or maybe they're in an environment that they're... Oh, are you the baddie that I've got to kill? Oh, I don't like that. Those are the invisible guys. Are you a friend? You are a friend, so maybe we can help you, actually. Right, let's see if we can get into a position where we can actually help him. Help our friends! Ow! Have you killed him? That won't benefit us if you have. Oh, there you are. You're on fire. Pow! I don't know if a rifle with a sniper scope is going to help us here. Where are you? Leave our friend alone! Ooh, that's scary. Oh shit, I didn't want to go down here. I don't want to go down here at all. Ooh! Yeah, look at us. We can kill things. We're really good at video games. Aha! And we're going to collect some bloodsucker jaws and a bloodsucker heart. Fantastic. Well then team, there's also a dead person down there. We may as well loot his corpse. For that is the price you pay for being rubbish at the game. We'll take all your stuff. That's fine. Oh, let's take a grenade as well. Look at us! We're doing things. Right, I'm also going to save over in this way as well. Light off bonfire and stuff. So yeah, those are the first two things that we talked about last week. And so we may as well delve deeper into this whole friendship making journey that we're all on here. Alright, so why should I say, why the homework? Why have I asked you to do something like find something that you genuinely enjoy and engage with it? What does that actually do for you in regards to helping you make friends and stuff? So I think we touched on it a little bit last week. I think we touched on a concept called core confidence. The idea that it's opposite of situational confidence, in the sense that it doesn't come from your environment, it comes from you as an individual. Now, that's actually quite a tall task of developing, you know, if you've got no core confidence in yourself. It's quite a big thing to build up on. And a lot of people, even those ones that you would assume are quite confident, actually aren't all that confident, as we mentioned a little while ago. So, the idea is that to build up core confidence, you need to be comfortable with a lot of things about yourself. Have I not eaten yet? Is that what I forgot to do? I was meant to do that off screen. Never mind. Flesh bacon. I'll have some bacon, why not? No need to keep things kosher or halal here. Not in the zone at the very least. Ooh, that was a lot more radiation than I initially anticipated. Let's go for... Oh, do I not have any cigarettes left? I've not got any cigarettes left. Or vodka, for that matter. I've got tons of vodka, that's fine. Vodka will do us quite nicely. Thank you very much, young man. But yeah, so... building up core confidence, being comfortable with yourself. Now, one major thing that a lot of people have when they're trying to make friends and trying to socialise with people is that they're coming at it from a perspective of, ooh, I need this conversation to work. These people don't want to talk to me, and I want to talk to them, and if I don't make this conversation work out, then, well, it's a waste of my time, waste of their time, I've ruined everything, and it's, you know, it's just not good. And that's not the way you want to come at a situation like that, to be honest. I mean, after all, if you go into a situation needing something, like a friend, or like a person to talk to, as opposed to wanting something, and then, again, as opposed to not wanting or needing it, you're going to be a little bit different. Now, you've probably had this experience before in the past, or at least I hope you have, where you've been in a conversation or social situation, and there's been no stakes whatsoever. Let's say, for example, you are talking to the bus driver, or someone's asked you for directions, or something like that. And yeah, okay, maybe you're a little bit nervous, because talking to strangers, maybe that's not your bag. But there's no stakes in it. Whether you make a good social impression or not, or good first impression or not, sorry, it doesn't really matter, does it? There's no long-term consequences. I mean, we've all had a situation where we've been on the shops or a restaurant, and was that a bird? It was terrifying. We've all been in a situation where, you know, someone says, oh, you know, the waiter gives you your food, they say, I hope you enjoy your meal, and then you say, yep, you too, and then you internally cringe inside for the next couple of days. We've all been there, but that kind of social engagement, or that kind of social mistake, has no bearing long-term for us. There's cats around here, I can smell them. But we're gonna be watchful. We can see everything. Eyes the back of our heads. Like no man's business. So yeah. So, you've all been in that situation before, and I imagine, you know, you're not sweating buckets, are you? You're not, like, absolutely papping your kegs or shitting your pants over the social implications. So, are we being shot at? Oh, I've been shot at. That's not what I wanted. I just wanted to go to Dead City, man. Yeah, you're professionals. Come on, you bastards. Pow! Pow! Die, please. Yeah, you're dead. Well done, team. Probably got to get better cover there. Because that's not going to do us any favours, is it? We'll be on the hills. If we go that way, though, because there's cats. Suppose we just wait for them to come to us. Also, welcome if this is your first episode. This is kind of what we do. This is it's a wombo combo of a podcast and combat. Should we call it a comcast? A podbast? I don't know what the terminology would be. Whatever it is, it's a new thing. We're making new content here. We're breaking rules. We're inventing new ways of doing things. Come on, cheeky breakies. Oh, where are you? Oh, there's cats! Oh, I knew the cats were going to be here. Right, can I jump on top of here? Now I've got to take care of them first, I think. Bloody cats, they ruin everything, I tell you. My long-term enemy in this game is cats. Never met a cat I enjoyed the company of. Oh, right, okay, yep, I get you. Where were you? You're there. Ow! Yeah, take that. Look at us, we don't need friends to join us, do we? Who needs to socialise and make new friends? Not in the zone. We're here to make enemies. Was that all of them dead? That feels like they're all dead. Let's be careful. Let's be cautious. Shh, bloody cats. I've turned up the volume in-game for my videos because I've realised that when you don't put your headphones in, it's hard to hear all that stuff, so hopefully you can hear the cats being bad men, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Right, I'm running under the assumption that they're all dead. That's what I'm going with. So I'm now going to loot their corpses. And hopefully, no bad things will happen to us. Hello, corpse. What's inside you? Utter shite. More grenades. And we'll disassemble you. We'll take your good stuff only there. So I don't want to waste all my inventory space on rubbish. And there were a couple of guys over here as well, I feel. Methinks. Just don't get caught in any anomalies, Mr. Landshark. That's not what we want. There were a couple of people inside the camp that I think I shot. Yep, there we go, look at him. Senya, whatever your face is called. Tons of money as well on these boys. And there was also another dead guy that we killed in here. But you know what, I don't care. We're not here for looting. We're not here for looting or shooting. But there are. Vodka and it looked like chocolate to me. Are you an enemy? Are you a baddie? You don't seem like a baddie. You seem much more like a goodie. Oh, you're a character that we could talk to, never mind. Okay, fair enough. So a further extension to the types of conversations we mentioned earlier, when you've got no skin in the game, when you've got no kind of commitment to it, is that you might have even, if you're a lucky enough man or woman, to have engaged in a conversation with someone who might be romantically interested in you, and you are not even slightly romantically interested in them. Now compare and contrast that to when you've been invested in someone in that kind of way. I mean, I could think of an example where I was not very romantically interested in someone. They were very much keen on me, and didn't even think about the conversation twice. But then, Christ, I thought about a time when, I can think of several times when I've been romantically interested in some people, and just you know, the whole conversation being like an emotional roller coaster from start to finish and stuff. It's a real difference in whether you're invested in the conversation or not. And that's the kicker. That's the rub. That's the problem and situation that we have when socializing with new people and making new friends, is that we are very much invested and very much committed to the outcome of the conversation. Now, so that brings us to an interesting solution, I suppose. And that is that the best way to have conversation with some people, at the very least, is to not be invested. Are you a baddie? Wrong weapon. You are a mercenary and you are friends. Mercenaries are friends. Good. I like mercenaries. Not as cool as bandits, but they will do for our purposes and our purposes alone. So yeah. So you've got to be non-invested, non-committed into a conversation. That is what's going to help us build our core confidence up a bit. We're all studying radiation. Radiation will not help us with our core confidence at all. Good lord, it never ends. Oh, stop, please. Thank you. That was not a wise investment. That's okay, though. I've got vodka. Vodka will help us with all things. So, one way that we're going to build up our core confidence, right, is that we're going to try and make every social situation, or at least as many as we can, feel like as if that our well-being or our value, our happiness does not come from that social interaction. Which I know, it sounds counterproductive, right? If you want to make friends and you're struggling to make friends as an adult, or even in high school or junior school, or wherever on God's green earth you are in life at the moment, it's key that we put ourselves in the position where we are able to basically walk away from social situations if we want to. The idea being that... I'll give you an example, right? So, I was at a social thing maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago now. And I was enjoying myself. It was a fairly good night. But it wasn't quite going... You know what I mean? I was talking to a few people. It wasn't quite getting where I wanted to with them. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go home. Because I know that I can go home and I'm going to still be comfortable around myself. I'm still going to be able to find value in things that I do on my own. Now, in other situations in the past, where I've not had the option, basically I stay out till stupid o'clock in the morning, or maybe I try harder at socializing, or maybe I, you know, try and impress people by I don't know, being fucking cringe or whatever. I was a scary animal or monster. I can hear something. It's not pleasant. Well, the thing is that when you get to that situation and you realise, hey, you know what? Maybe I've done the best that I can and there's nothing left to be garnered from the situation. Maybe I've bloody radiation everywhere. I hate it. Stop being so radioactive, planet. Or Chernobyl, or wherever we are at the moment. Dead City. That's where we are. Yeah, you kind of want... Essentially, you want to have a ejection button. Now, I don't mean as in, like... Because now, hear me out, right? Don't get it twisted, right? That in some situations, you'll think, oh my goodness, I'm so nervous, I need to leave. And then you press the ejection button, and that's it, you're out of the situation. No, that's not what we're looking for here. That's not what we're looking for here. That's completely different. That's like social anxiety. That's completely different kettle of fish. I'm running under the assumption that you can be in public, and while it might be a little bit scary, you might feel a little bit nervous, it's not like a mind twisting. Are we even going in the right direction? We are kind of going in the right direction. I'll take that. We'll go down these streets, and I'm sure we'll eventually find where we need to go. Dead City School? Hurrah! Oh god, I'm going back to work. This is no good. But yeah, I'm running under the assumption that it's not crippling social anxiety that you're dealing with. But the ejection button, that's how I'm going to coin, that's how I'm going to phrase it. The ejection button being, hey, you know what? I've had enough. I'm going home. Doesn't matter what's happened tonight. I'm going to go home and enjoy myself. Like, think of it this way, right? Think of it in like military terms. You've probably played some military games in the past, yeah? And imagine that you are a squad of men going about and you're doing missions and stuff. Well, they've all got their base of operations, haven't they? They've all got, you know what, we've done a mission, maybe it was a good mission, maybe it was a bad mission, maybe we failed or succeeded, whatever. But they've got a place to go back to, haven't they? To rest and recuperate. And that is kind of how we need to orientate ourselves in regards to making friends and socialising with people. Yeah, okay, we can go out and maybe we'll absolutely smash it and we'll make some friends that night. Maybe we'll have like a really good conversation with someone. But sometimes we are going to bomb. And it is important to have that. Now, once you've got that, you'll find really, really quickly that socialising all of a sudden becomes a lot easier. Because all of a sudden, it's not something that you need to do. The socialising and the people you're talking to aren't people that you absolutely need in your life. I mean, of course, you need them, of course. I mean, because we all need to socialise from time to time here and there. For me, personally, I need to socialise a lot, is what I've learned in my life. I found out that I'm a shit extrovert, is how I like to call myself. But, yeah, it becomes a lot easier when you've got that base of operation, that core confidence that we were talking about earlier. The problem is, how on earth do you bloody make the base? How do you orientate your life in such a manner that you've got that... Oh, that's a very interesting wave there, Lenin. I think I've seen that one before somewhere. Cheeky. I bet that joke has been made a million times by everyone else. Right, we're at the mercenary base. Look at this. This is cool. I don't like what that spells out. Not gonna lie. But that's okay. Right, I'm gonna run about. I'm gonna buy some things, see some stuff, and then maybe take up some missions. So I'll be 2 seconds. Okay, we've got some missions, and we've got some bits and bobs to do. In fact, let me have a quick look at the old PDA. Make sure I'm going in the right direction. Yep, over here, there's some mutants. Just gonna go over here, kill some stuff. There's some documents over on this side that we need to capture as well. Nice and close and local, how we like them. So yeah, so how do we, as individuals, build up that home base, that network, that core confidence that we talked about earlier? And it starts with the homework that I gave you. The activities that you enjoy doing. Something that you can do by yourself and severely, well, not when I say severely, I mean I genuinely actually properly enjoy. Just think of it this way, right? You're out in a public area, you're out talking to people, you're trying, and maybe it's not going too well. You know what, for yourself, right? Okay, well, I've given it a good go, I've given it a good try, and now I'm going to go home because I'm genuinely looking forward to doing Activity X. Now I've gone out, I've done some bits and bobs, and ooh, well, now I've got Chapter 4 of a book that I'm really keen on reading. And that will basically change the... Oh, you are a... Could take you out of a shotgun, I hope. It doesn't take too many shots to kill you. Bang, yep, takes a couple of... Right, okay. Massively missed that. Ooh, oh, Jesus, well... Hecky flip, that came out of bloody nowhere, didn't it? Here's me being really confident. That's the core confidence working for you right there. Okay, yeah, so on that whole thing of having something to go home to look forward to. Now, it's not just activities, yeah? Because the things that you do for fun, the things that you occupy your time with, that's just a small smattering of what you do with your spare time. Pardon me. Pardon me. With your spare time, right? There's out of like, maybe like, how long are people awake normally? About what is it? 8 hours for leisure, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, so about 16 hours a day, right? You know, fill your day with a lot more stuff to do. Now, think of the things that you do basically every day. What is it? It's eating. It's hopefully grooming yourself at some point. It's doing fun things, probably going to work, and all that stuff, yeah? Obviously, work, we can't do much about work. If you enjoy your work, you enjoy your work. If you don't enjoy your work, then that is your lot in life. I'm sorry. Like, I've had shit jobs in the past, and what to do about it? You either get a better job, or you learn to deal with work, which is a completely different conversation entirely. Let's take one of these actions here. Let's take cooking, for example. Now, When I was in my most deep, dark, depressive moments in life, I despised cooking. In fact, I despised anything that I would describe as maintenance work. You know, the stuff that you need to do to keep yourself alive. Like I said, the washing, the eating, anything to do with not having the fun activity. Now, it's really, really important that we actually get into a place in our heads where we, at the very least, start to enjoy that stuff. And I know it might sound crazy, right? Because I, for one, don't enjoy cooking. Cooking is not a thing that I enjoy doing. I can hear them somewhere nearby. Come on, you buggers. I know what you're up to this time. Yeah, come over here. You git. I'll shoot you up. Good and proper. Don't like how it's going all white there. Oh, that's... Oh, radiation. It's radiation. Of course, the radiation. What would be anything different? Got cigarettes now, though. 17, apparently. Ah! Wrong time to smoke! Wrong time to smoke! Oh, Jesus! Right, yep, you shoot him, please. Oh, Jesus! Ah! God, don't kill me again, for fuck's sake! Oh my... I am so sorry. I am not normally this shit at the game. Watch the previous videos, I'm actually sometimes semi-decent. Good lord. This is me attempting to have a conversation while also playing the game, which is not congruent to thinking, right, we'll kill these. It's okay, it's fine. They're only pigs. I don't know why I'm struggling so much against bloody pigs, especially now I've got a super duper shotgun. But yeah, so cooking. Right, you're going to be eating at least one meal a day, hopefully, if you are in at least a mentally stable place. Ideally, you should be eating more than once a day, but realistically, I know what it's like, right? When you're not in a good place, especially when it comes to the lack of social situations and stuff. Because I don't know about you, but like I find the maintenance stuff a lot easier when I've got a reason to do it, you know? If people are coming over, easy to keep things clean. If people are coming over, easy to motivate myself to cook and stuff, because, you know, it's like, yeah, well, people are coming over, I best cook for them. Best make them food, because otherwise, oh, holy hell, they'll think I'm some sort of weirdo that only eats pizza, which I used to do. Because we were able to stick it in the oven, get about for 20 minutes. Oh, they all live inside the house, that's cute. I like that. Oh. Come on, boys, assist me. Take him out, please. Oh, you're fast, aren't you? Right, but they can't get me now, because there are barriers that I can stand upon. Yes! How'd you like that? How'd you like me now, bitch? Yeah, that's what I thought. Pigs in blankets. Have a word. So yeah, you've got to, at some point, get into a situation where you are... You know, you're doing cooking, right? You're cooking some sort of food for yourself. And it doesn't have to be, like... And I'm not talking like gourmet shit. I'm not talking like... you know, your blooming Chef Ramsay Gordon person in the kitchen cooking up a storm. I'm talking like, hey, you know what? Something about the cooking process or something about the food making process, do something that makes you enjoy it. Even if you're, I don't know, I mean, what I do, right, is that I just think, right, okay, I've got pasta, I boil that, I've got some chicken, I fry that, and then I've got like a little box of peeled and blended tomatoes for myself. And then I just basically put it all together, and is it good cooking? Absolutely not. It's, under no circumstances, is it good cooking. But it is something, and I enjoy it, especially if I stick a podcast on, put my earphones in, and just treat it like I do walking, you know? I just listen to some stuff, and I engage with the actual process of it. Then on the back of that, let's take, I mean, washing yourself, or grooming, shall we say, right? I don't like showers. Showers are a pain in the ass, right? You've got to stand up, and getting in and out is cold and all that stuff like that. I like having baths. I will have a bath once every 2 days. On the one day that I don't have a bath, I'll have some sort of like, I'll sit in front of the sink, fill it with hot water, and then get the bits all done and stuff, you know? Oh, wait, you're the guys that are meant to be killing. Right, you are the guys that are meant to be killing. Fair enough. Clearly those pigs were not the priority for us. Oh, all this ammo for all these guns are quite expensive as well. That's fine. We have to do a job. Like exterminators. If I can actually bloody hit the damn things. Pow, pow, pow. And pow. Good lord, these guys take a lot of ammo to kill. Pow. Why are you all dying? Stay dead, please. Thank you. That's us done. Well done, team. So yeah. So, you know what? I'll make a full-blown... You know, I mean, you don't have to do this, obviously, because, you know your own temperaments. But, like, for my baths, man, I home make my own soap, because that's an activity that I enjoy doing. Highly recommend soap making. I know it's not an episode of Fight Club, this, although it seems to be turning into my own version of Fight Club here. But it's, I enjoy making soap. It's a nice, calm, fulfilling process. If you haven't seen it, I've got my own soap making video on the YouTubes. That was a series that I started, and I've not done another video for it because I am a shit person and I have a low attention span, so I've not done it. But yeah, so, I full-blown have my own soap, sit in the bath for like 2 hours at a time. I listen to an audiobook. I'm currently going through Lord of the Rings at the moment. It's just a grand old time. And it's got to the point now where things like cooking and things like bathing, even like cleaning the house and stuff. Like if I put a little bit of music on and, just really, don't worry about anything that's going on outside, just really like dedicate myself to the task, then you end up actually very much enjoying yourself while doing that stuff. And that, just amazing stuff for your socializing skills. Which I know it sounds crazy, but if you've got that home-based situation going, it makes it so much easier. Honestly, it really, really does. Especially because, like, you'll be out in the real world, and maybe if you're in a situation where you're not doing all this stuff, you'll be thinking, oh god, I've now got to go home and I've got to eat. Or, oh, I've got to go home, I haven't bathed today yet, so I need to get round to doing that. But if you've got all that down in your routine, if you've got it all down and you've put it in a way where you enjoy doing it and you look forward to doing it, then that will really, really set you up for good social interactions, because your head will be in the right space, first and foremost. Now, doing all this stuff as well will level up your social ability just by doing it, right? Just naturally. One key thing is that, say for example, if you're one of these people who struggle to eat, maybe forget to do it every now and then. I think it's inside this house that we need to go into next. Now, we'll do that. Close quarters, I've got a shotgun. It's all good. Oh. What's that sound of something moving around in here? Potentially, well, we're gonna be... Oh, I don't like this. Don't like this at all. I can hear things moving around. Not outside here, are they? No, they're inside, right. Sprint mode activated. Oh gosh. What is that sound of you guys being outside? Hello? Oh, it is! Hello! Oh, pigs! There's pigs everywhere! Fingers crossed they can't come indoors, because if they can, we're knackered. We're burned, well and truly burned. Come on, piggy wiggies. Oh, your flesh, never mind. Good lord. It'll take a lot of pounding. Pow, 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 yes! Well done, team. Getting all the bloomin' gubbins done, aren't we? Oh, I need to stop sprinting as well, because that's doing us a bit of damage. But yeah, so... Let's say, for example, you're in a situation where you're not eating regularly, and you're not enjoying the process of the cooking and the eating neither. Now, I don't know if you've ever talked to a person who gets really cranky when they're eating, but the chances are you're probably also a person who gets a little bit cranky when they're eating. Oh, look at all this stuff. Nice. Finding all the gubbins. Look at us. Also, it's bedtime for us, so we'll go to bed at some point before the night gets too dark. But yeah, you're probably a person who gets very cranky while you're not eating too well. Maybe some people, they get cranky when they are not properly clean. Maybe they'll be cranky if they're in a room that's untidy and stuff like that, right? And if you've got all that sorted, naturally, you're going to feel a little bit better when talking to people, right? It's just natural sciencey my dude. I don't understand it neither. I don't get why we do. I'm not some sort of psychologist, but there are genuine reasons as to why you do, I imagine. Now here's another thing as well, is that it gives you, doing those things, it just gives you a plethora of absolute nonsense and rubbish to use for small talk. Now, if you're like me, I don't struggle with big talk. Someone says, hey, Mr. Landshark, what do you think about the current Israel versus Hamas thing? And I'm like, well, I've got tons of opinions. I mean, I don't really. I don't know nothing about it, but that's just an example. But, you know, here's a big topic. What do you think about this? And even if I don't know much about it, I can have a really long-form conversation about it, right? But the small talk is what really gets me. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say when I'm doing small talk. But things like, what do you have for tea tonight? Oh, you know, the other day I was using this really cool soap. It was really nice. Oh, my goodness, the other day I was vacuuming, the blooming vacuum cleaner broke. You know, little shite stories like that are great for small talk. And granted, you know, maybe it's not the best kind of small talk, but it's something to talk about. It's giving you more tools, more ammunition to use in your conversational arsenal, shall we say, which, I mean, that can't be all that bad. Right, I'm just going to hand in all these quests, I think. Alright, so, I do apologise. I was going to carry on talking, but I realised that there was some copyrighted music in the background, so I thought I'd have a sleep, cash in those missions, and then carry on with our little conversation. So, yep, so what we've done is we've orientated ourselves, we've made sure that all the things at home are, at the very least, enjoyable. We've got our activities that we genuinely enjoy doing, whether, like I say, whether that's watching films, which again, the activities that you enjoy will also give you some more small talk stuff to discuss with people, which is great for conversation. Also to do with the big stuff as well. You know, if you end up talking to someone who's really into films and your main hobby or your main activity at home that you enjoy doing, watching films, oh, well, look at you then. You've basically solved half the problem. Are you a controller? Over that distance. You are. That's terrifying. That's not good for us. To avoid that cat as much as possible. Is that our mission to actually kill? No, it's not. Thank God for that. Controls are a real pain to kill, especially at long distance. Now, what we've done by doing all this stuff that doesn't seem related to socializing is actually a hell of a lot. Because if you remember, the first 2 points that I brought up in the previous episode was internal equality and situational confidence. Now, if you've done all this stuff, are you friends? Oh. That's not good. Right, well, all those are dead over there. I think, maybe. No, we'll come over here. We'll kill these before the controller finds us, at the very least. House of Culture. We are the culture. Yeah, we've done it. Well done us. Well done, team. Oh, yeah. That is a controller somewhere nearby. Where are you? No, you know what? We're going to run away. Because I'm a big, strong boy. And running away is always an option. Yeah, I can hear him. That's not good. I've completed that mission. We'll cash that in. And then we'll go back to normal land, because this is clearly quite a lot of stuff going on. Never mind. There is one more thing over here. I hope this is the last one. It's right in the corner. We'll go take him out. We'll walk right over to the edge of here. And we'll go see what all that nonsense is about. But yeah, it helps us a lot with the internal equality, because when we're in a situation where we're eating properly, we're cleaning properly, we are going about our normal stuff in a way that we find value and in a way that we enjoy it, we can look at other people and say, hey, you know what? Maybe these people haven't been doing what we've been doing. Now, maybe we've got one up on them, which is not the way to think about it, but, you know, you'll probably think about it, maybe. I sometimes think about the way like that. I think, oh, yeah, well, you know what? This person may be really cool, but have they eaten 3 square meals a day? I doubt it. I doubt it highly. And it's quite a confidence boost, that. And it also really, really helps us with our situational confidence. Because, hey, you know what core confidence... You know, the main thing about core confidence, right? All it is is it's situational confidence that you carry around with you. Yeah? It's just confidence that you're able to say, you know what? I'm in location X. But because I've done all the home stuff, I can now bring it with me. Oh, that's a thing to think about, right? You know, yeah. Think of it like a home-packed lunch. Or packed dinner, because we call dinner lunch in the north of England because we make sense. We speak English proper. So it's breakfast, dinner and tea, not breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's wrong. And fight me on I will fight on a hill over this. Breakfast, dinner, tea. That's what we call it. But yeah, so imagine it like a home prepared dinner where you're able to bring it wherever you want. It's not like where you're going to your local corner shop and you're buying a meal deal or anything like that and you've got to make sure they get it on time and the whole rigmarole of having to pay for it every day. No. You just put it in a box and take it with you. And you can bring it out and eat it whenever you want. You know, yeah, look at me. I'm inventing new nomenclature. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, I got a lot of my terminology from a PDF document that a chap called Jordan Shanks, who's on the YouTube, you've probably heard of him, he's the Australian guy. Moist Critical has talked about him occasionally. But on his self-help channel, he was talking about a seminar called, what is it? The Blueprint Decoded. Now, before you click off and say, oh my goodness, Mr. Landshark, he's got his information from there, what a terrible human being. It's a pickup artist document. Now, I read that with the full understanding that it was a pickup artist document, but I read it from the perspective of, right, I don't intend to pick up girls with this. I intend purely to improve my confidence so I can talk to normal people in a normal way. That was the whole idea of it. And while a lot of it I think personally was rubbish, things like core confidence, situational confidence, internal equality, that kind of terminology was really, really useful for me. Because that kind of stuff, well, the way it was talked about I think was wrong, and the information they had I think was wrong, but having that terminology was super useful for me to be able to hang my thoughts on, kind of. It was a good way of being able to give names and terms to things that I had, but couldn't quite put into words, I couldn't quite formulate in my brain properly, so yeah. So because of that, you know, we're able to make our own terminology. So you know what, packed lunch confidence, that's what I'm going to call it from here on out, I think, because I think that's a really good way of describing it. And, I mean, I'd say give it a go. I would say definitely, I mean, what have we got to lose, right? And coming from a person who's been maybe doing this since, I've been doing it properly since September, but it's taken me a while to get it involved, right? Because you don't make these changes in like a week, do you? It's taken me, I genuinely tried all this stuff at the start of this summer. So this is maybe month 5 of me doing this, I would say. And it took me about 2 months to get it all in there, right? And like I say, once you get all that stuff organised, and once you've got that home life situation sorted out, I have found socialising with people 10 times more easier. Because like I say, if I need to eject, if I need to leave, if I'm thinking, you know what, this isn't working out for me, I can just stop and go, Ow! 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 Good lord. These guys are not dying. Then again, they are like the tankiest of the mutants, I feel. Free meat, though. Free meat, free feet. That's what we call them. Where's the other one gone there? Gone inside. Hello? Greetings. Salutations. Are we even in the right place? I feel like we're not. No, we're not. We're not in the right place. Right, okay, well, screw me. This mutant hunt is, it's taking a lot more time than I originally anticipated. So yeah, so it will take you time to get all this stuff organised. It'll take you time to be able to get this stuff on the go. So don't beat yourself up if it sounds like a big ask, because it is. It really, really is. Quite an intense thing to do. So start with small things first, right? If, for you personally, you already do a little bit of cooking, well, concentrate on that first, you know? Concentrate on making that your main priority. And then when you've got that in your routine, then focus on, yes, there we go. Can I now finally hand this blooming quest in? I know they're not quests, but, you know, we're D&D-ing this shit. Yes, we can. Thank the heavens for that. So, yeah. Concentrate on the things first that you think will be relatively easy to do. Because, you know, there's no time limit for this. If it takes you the same length of time as me, about 5 months, fair play. If you can do it in 1 month, amazing. If it takes you a year, that's okay too. Because once you've now got this time frame, and, like I say, time frame is going to be different for everyone, but once you realise that it's a limited time, you're not going to be doing it forever, you know, you will get there eventually. Once that is crystallined in your head, and all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how long it takes. You know, every day is a little step forward. It's not this circle or cycle of shite. You know, it's a spiral of shite. It's a spiral upwards of shite. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Maybe some weeks will be harder than others. And you've got to acknowledge as well that some weeks will be harder than others. And it will be harder to do certain things. And, you know, you maybe will relapse into, you know, sort of like old habits or old avoidance techniques. You know, maybe you'll let the house fall into disrepair for a week or two. And that's okay, because you know that you've already made that first step forward. So making the second step forward will be easier, even if you need to give yourself a little bit of time off. What is it in the... Oh, and this, honestly, right, if you don't read, please do read this book, and if you don't read, then audiobook it, right? There is a book series called The S.T.A.L.K.e.r Archives by a chap called Brandon Sanderson. Read that. It's like about... Currently, it's got like 4 books in the series. Each one of them is about 40 hours long in the audiobook franchise, whatever. You know, have a bath, or have a really long shower, and listen to it. Or go for like really long walks, because that book covers quite a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, how things are hard, and you've got to press forward. It's not a major spoiler, but there is one chap in there, and he's learning about how to move forward in life. He's made some bad mistakes in the past, and he's just, you know, he's just trying to get bloody forward. And he learns that, and he says this to himself, that it's not the first step that you take that's the most important. It's always the next step, yeah? Doesn't matter whether your previous step... Doesn't matter what the first step you take, you end up stepping in some dog shit, yeah? Because the next step, you're probably not going to step in dog shit. Unless you're really, really unfortunate. But then even if you do, the third step... Surely, what are the chances of stepping in dog shit 3 times in a row, right? You know? You are able to go forward. And every step that you take is always the most important step. Is the next one. And then the next one. And then the next one. And yeah, it's going to be hard sometimes. You've got to be kind to yourself. And that's probably going to be the next point we're going to bring up. Josh, I suppose that is I think I've said all I need to do about core confidence. Which is just, like I say, making sure that your home life is absolutely toot sweet. And once you've got all that sorted, then you can basically carry that home confidence around with you, because you're armed with small talk from what you've got there. You're armed with the knowledge that you can leave at any point. And, you know, again, not to say that that's a excuse to leave, but that is a, if you want to, if you feel like you've got all you need to out of a social situation, that's fine. But then the fourth point out of the 5 that I want to make is the very salient point of being your best friend, being your own best friend, right? Again, the whole idea of not trying to rely on anyone else, trying to make sure that you've got that core lunchbox inside of you. And if you're your own best friend, then do you need another best friend? Which, of course you do. Of course we do. We all need friends, I would say. But the ability to be your own is quite a useful thing, I would say, personally, right? Because what it does, right, if you think to yourself, how do I become my own best friend? It first of all highlights the kind of people you want to talk to, right? Because there'll be some there'll be some social situations where we'll be talking to people, and you know what? We probably actually don't want to talk to them, you know? Yeah, okay, fair enough, we're desperate to make friends, but do we want to make friends with everyone? Probably not. There are probably going to be some people that we don't actually like. But actually, let me just hand in the quest here. Alright, there we go. Everything's handed in. We're now going to go back over to Army Warehouses. and some bits and bobs in, and then make our slow way back over to all the stuff going on down here. I think that's the plan to make. So yeah, there are going to be people who we're having social contact with who you know what, generally, we probably actually don't want to be their friends. We don't need to be their friends. They're not going to be good people for us. But obviously, if we're desperate for social contact, we'll probably think, oh yeah, I'll be friends with anyone. Oh, anyone who wants to give me any time in the world, yeah, I'll be friends with them. Which, no, it's not good. But if you're your own best friend, then you know what qualities you're looking out for in other people. So let me give you a few examples, sir. In my experience of trying to be my own best friend. So what do I want in a best friend? What do I do to myself to ensure that I'm being my own best friend? Well, first thing I do is that I make sure that every time I do something cool or good, I say, hey man, you did a really cool thing just then. That's a really awesome thing, that. And I think, right, okay, well, you know what? That makes me feel good about myself. So I assume that other people would like it if I did that to them. No, not as in like a creepy, you know, oh, I really like your style, man. Oh, everything that you do, I think is really cool. No one likes that, obviously. I would hate that if someone came up to me and, I don't know, if I turned up wearing a shirt and someone said, oh my goodness, you look amazing in that shirt every single time they saw me. That would be weird. But, you know, every time I wear a shirt, and someone says, hey man, you look really, really smart today. Hey, you know what? I like that. That's good. Yeah, please, more of that, please. And so, when I'm out socialising with people, and again, bearing in mind that I'm not some sort of, like, social master, I'm still learning just like the rest of us. These are just thoughts I'm having on my long journey that might be useful for... So I'm 32 years old, and maybe you're 20, and, you know, your dad hasn't taught you this, because my dad certainly didn't teach me, neither. We've got to teach ourselves as young men. Well, I'm an old man now, but you're a young man, probably. If you're not a young man, it doesn't matter. We're all young men in our own rights. You're only as young as you feel, and I feel fucking old, man. But, never mind me. But, yeah. Like, I'll go out, and someone will do a cool thing. I'll say, you know what, man? That's really cool, that. You know, you should do that more. That makes them feel good. Which makes me feel good. And then, heaven forbid, when you make people feel good, probably want to talk to you more. Which is a really useful thing in the social sphere. Or, let's say, for example, one other thing that I do quite like is people not touching me too much. You know? We've all got that friend, or maybe we all know that person that puts a hand on people's shoulders, that hugs them too much, that, ugh, you know, don't need that. Don't get me wrong. I like a hug. And we probably actually, as men, don't hug each other enough, right? But I appreciate a person who respects people's personal space. And so, I imagine that when I'm talking to people, they probably also think, hey, you know what? That Miss Landshark guy, he doesn't hug me too much. Or at all. And I like that. And then what happens is that gradually over time, you find people who, how would one say, they see or they feel what you're putting out, you know, as in you're treating yourself like your own best friend, and they say, hey, you know what, he's doing all the things that I like, so I want to be around that guy a little bit more. And it's just so useful. Like, you genuinely don't have to think about it too much. You just think, hey, I'm about to do this thing. Would, you know, not to bring Jesus up again, but it's like the golden rule, isn't it? Treat people... Actually, no, that's wrong, because the golden rule is treat people how you want to be treated, but actually, to treat people how they want to be treated, I guess, maybe. But yeah, so, and it's also really useful as well, because if you're treating yourself like your best friend, it also helps you with the core confidence thing, because, let's say, for example, you're going through a day and you've had a hard day, and you think, you know what, I'm not going to bother eating properly today, I'm just going to go to bed. Your best friend, i.e. you, would probably say, you know what, yeah, you've probably had a hard day, but you still need to eat. Or, oh, you know what, instead of studying for this exam, I'm going to go on a weekend bender and go drinking. Would you tell your best friend, that's not a good idea? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely you would. You'd say, don't do that. So, always treating yourself like your best friend also helps you avoid a whole bunch of nonsense that gets you in trouble later on down the line, which, again, is super duper useful. And also this step is incredibly useful because it then... Oh, are you mercenaries? Yeah, you are mercenaries. Thank God for that. Yes, it's also super duper useful because treating yourself like your best friend also helps you in a whole plethora of other situations. Let's say, for example, you're at work, and, you know, the big boss man is making you work a lot harder than you actually need to, and I don't know if you're like me, but, like, I'll say, oh, you know what, I'll sacrifice my own well-being for the good of the... I mean, I work at a school, so I say, oh, you know what, I'll happily lose sleep over helping kids learn, because that's what a good person would do. No, but your best friend, right? If you told your best friend, hey, I'm working myself ragged, and I'm not actually sleeping very well because of it, and it's affecting everything else, your best friend would probably say, hey, stop working so hard. Don't put your brain in that kind of unnecessary stress, because it's not helping you, and in the long run, it won't help the people that you're working with. So, being your own best friend helps you in just so many different ways. And, again, to bring up the internal equality, you know, you might think to yourself, you know what, I don't deserve to be looked after. I don't deserve to be... oh, bloody radiation, you bastards! We had this problem earlier on. There's the exact same spot of radiation as well. Where's my cigarettes? I've got to avoid smoking the marijuana. That is, that's not what I want to do at the moment. Now we got some cigarettes and we'll walk around the long way, shall we? Oh, that is not a pseudo-giant sound, that is a lurker sound. I've got to be careful, because those guys can just pop out of flipping nowhere like last time. Oh man, last episode when that lurker came out of bloody nowhere, that scared the shit out of me. It's no good, but we'll hear him before we see him. Absolutely. That's the plan. So yeah, so, with the internal equality, like, you do deserve to be looked after. And yeah, you know what, and maybe you're in a situation where you think to yourself, you know what, I don't, because I've done some bad things in the past. And, you know, because I've done the bad things in the past, I don't deserve to be looked after. Let me tell you now, I have sinned. I've done some things that weren't good, and in the lowest points of my depression, did I... Oh, I don't like this. The lowest points of my depression, what I did was I actively, actually, was a bit of a not pleasant man for the idea that I'd push people away. So I thought to myself, hey, I don't deserve to be loved. Yes, I knew you were going to be there, you bastard! Fuck off! Oh, Jesus! Oh, there's two of them! Oh, bloody Nora! Oh, I hate this. This is not helping my core confidence at all. Help me, mercenary people. Oh, bob and weave, serpentine. Serpentine. Yeah, the cat catches all. Good mercenary. Nah, bugger. Alright, I was expecting a lurker. I did not expect a bloodsucker at the same time. God, we have died so many times in this episode. This is not the intention. Not the intention at all. But yeah, so I did some questionable things that... I'll be honest, if you ever knew some of the things that I did to make people dislike me, to kind of self-validate my own dislike for myself, I don't think people would like me, if I'm completely honest. I've not been a very good man in some points of my life, and, you know, that's just a thing that was part of my recovery, I guess. But just because you might be in a situation where you don't feel like as if you deserve to be loved or deserve to be liked or anything like that, I think everyone does. I think everyone does. Everyone can turn themselves around.
That's all,
and
folks.
Oh, you speak English? Oh, of course, the professionals, the mercenaries, most of them are American. Of course they are. When Americans, you can't get away from them, no matter where you are. I would take the long way around. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk through this village, because that's a lot safer than blooming going... There's probably, like, stalkers there as well, so yeah, we'll walk through here and get around on this side. I think that's the smart way of going about things. But yeah, so everyone... I think... At least most people, maybe not Hitler, but I think most people do deserve to be loved, and even if you've made some bad mistakes, like me, and you've done some bad things, some questionable things, you know, we're all in this little journey together, aren't we? and we're all going to go out in our own separate ways and stuff. And maybe I might even do an episode on the negative situation that I put myself in. But I probably will, maybe in the far distant future, because I think that's probably a really useful resource that you'd be able to draw upon. Because I always find that, and almost like a schadenfreude, where I always say to myself, well, you know what? Things might be bad for me, but at least I didn't do that. Or at least I wasn't in that situation. And that always made me feel better about myself sometimes when I, as awful as it sounds, you walk past a homeless person, think to yourself, well, you know what? I don't have any friends, but at least I've got a house. At least I've got a roof. At least I've got a room. At least I've got warm to go home to. Awful way of thinking about it. Not a good way of thinking about it, but does it make you feel a little bit better? Does it make you feel just a smidgen better? Probably. Probably. And then, I suppose, the last point, the fifth and final point that we need to make on this. And bearing in mind that this has been a very bare bones kind of introduction to this. But, I find that if I went too much into detail, then one, that would also reduce the actual future episodes that I could... Ooh. Lightning. Oh, is it all... It's just not a good idea to go through this area. Probably not. I'll go on the outskirts, maybe. That might help. Yes. There we go. That seems a lot safer. Yes, so... I mean, I've not really gone into too much detail about all the details, purely because, well... I think it's a lot to take in. And that's what the fifth point is about. So, one of the terms that this PDF that I referenced, and you can Google it. I wouldn't recommend Googling it because I've basically taken all the information that you probably need from it. It's all in this video and the previous video. I mean, granted, this isn't the most succinct or straightforward way of digesting the information, but I've certainly curated it for you and avoid all the... Oh, Jesus, buddy, stop! Fuck off, you awful git. Oh, what a terrible creature that lurker is. Right, give us some Heineken. Oh, that says on fire neither. Oh, bloody fucking... I bet you're a... Are you a friend? Alright, just stop. Everyone stop for 5 minutes. Right. Take some medicine. Jesus Christ. There's no need for any of that. Right, so yes, oh, there's a zombie. I'm not gonna kill you. Oh, there's a bloodsucker here as well. Right, stand on the ledge. Right, where are you? Piss off. Come on, you bugger. There we go. Yeah, you can't kill me, although the blooming radiation probably can. Cigarettes, vodka, all the things. Oh God, stop! Ah, heaven forbid. Heavens to Betsy. Water, that'll cure us. And then, what else is there? There is also radiation tablets. Where are you? Fucking hell, this is... I did not sign up for this. But there's baddies over there as well. Oh, we're just gonna run. Run away from everything. Run away from all our problems. And also, bandage ourselves up as well. That'll help us. Let's come over here. And just hide here. And wait for all the bad things to stop for 5 bloody seconds. Right, what was I talking about? I was curating things from that PDF document, the blueprint decoded, because like I say, that was a pickup document, which I use primarily to understand how to talk to people in general. And don't bother reading it, but you can if you want to. You know, I mean, I'm not your dad. I'm not your mum neither. But, yes. So the fifth and final thing is that I've given you a lot of information, haven't I? A lot of things to think about. Now, when you're out socialising, you'll be thinking, right, okay, I need to make sure that I've got a technical quality in my head. I need to make sure that I'm looking at everyone in a certain way. I need to make sure that I'm aware of situational confidence. I need to make sure that I've got my core confidence on the go. I need to make sure that I'm being my own best friend. There's a lot of things to jumble around in your head at any one given time, right? Now, ideally, you don't want to be thinking about that stuff while you're socializing. You want to be just socializing naturally. Now, you're not going to be able to do it for a little while because you're going to be constantly thinking about, ooh, well, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Am I this, that, and the other thing right? So, in the Blueprint Decoder, they talk about something called being in state, right? The idea that you're doing it while not thinking about it. Now, I don't drive a car, but I do walk quite a lot. And I imagine that you probably have a walk or you drive some, or you do something to get from one place to another. And you'll be in those moments where you don't even think about going somewhere. You'll be deep in thought. And it's almost like you're teleporting from one place to another, aren't you? You're not thinking about the journey. You're thinking about something else. You're in the moment, aren't you? Or maybe you'll be at work. Or maybe you'll be playing a video game. It'll be hot shit for like an hour. You'll just be... You know, you won't be thinking about strategy. You won't be thinking about this and the other. You'll just naturally, boom, bang, boom. You'll be doing it all. And that's what we want for our social interactions. We don't... All the things that we've been talking about, we don't want to be actively thinking about. Right? Because... I mean, if you're thinking about it, it's not natural, is it? You've got to actively... Stop with the fucking radiation. Why is everything covered in radiation all the time? It's a good job that we bought just shitload of blooming vodka and cigarettes everywhere we go. Well, they're very expensive, all this health stuff that I'm going to have to use. But that's okay. So yeah, so we don't want to be thinking about this stuff, do we? We want to be making it as natural as humanly possible. And I wish that there was a secret code I could give to you about how to be in this social state. But generally, it's just a case of just doing it, right? Once your core confidence routine has been maintained for quite some time, once you've been your own best friend for quite some time, once you've started seeing people as your equals rather than your betters or your lowers or anything like that, once you've been doing that for quite some time, only then will it come naturally. Only then will you be in state. Only then will you be not thinking about it. Which is a real pain, because you don't want to be thinking about it. Also, you want to be not thinking about it now, don't you? You want the quick fix, which I get. But it's not going to happen. It's kind of like... Not to bring driving back into it, because like I said, I don't drive, but my friends have told me that when you first start learning how to drive, you're focused on the wheels, it's on your feet with the pedals, it's on your left arm or right arm, whichever one you're using, to change the stick thing to make it go forward or backwards or change the gears or whatever. I don't know. I walk places. But when you're first learning how to do it, a lot of your concentration, a lot of your active thinking is going towards doing all that stuff. But gradually over time, once you learn how to do it, and it becomes second nature, you don't even think about it, do you? So all the stuff we've been talking about will feel unnatural at first, but gradually over time, it will feel super duper natural, and you won't be thinking about it at all. Alright, things have been bought, ammo has been purchased, quests have been cashed in, and I mean, the final countdown on the radio, that has been avoided. You're not getting my copyright. The 10 pence that I make from these videos, you ain't getting 1 penny of that, Mr. YouTube, or Mrs. YouTube. I know that Susan Wojcicki isn't in there anymore, but whatever the new guy's name is. But yeah, so, gonna take some time, and that's fine. You'll get there. It's not a problem, you've just got to do the things, and naturally it will come to you. And hopefully that does a lot for your own mental well-being in that regard, because like I said earlier on, knowing that there's going to be an endpoint, that does a lot. Whether the endpoint is going to be in a month or a year, as long as you know that there is an endpoint. Never mind you, Stalker man, or Freedom man even. I'm not a Stalker, I'm a bandit, I'll have you know, good sir. But yeah, if there's an endpoint, it's fine. You can endure it. You'll be alright. So I suppose, to end this video, may as well probably bring maybe 2 useful socializing techniques that I have learned that's quite useful to try out Now, I don't know many social techniques because I think that if you use a lot of techniques, it's probably not good. You know, you end up being... You know, the social technique is like a tool from a toolbox. You use it for a specific situation, and that's fine. But I find that most people don't have a social toolbox, or if they do, they don't know that they have it. And I think if you can avoid having a social toolbox and rather just be social, that's much better. But I found that these two, for me who had no social skills, by the way, I had none whatsoever. So I think these two are probably single-handedly the most useful ones that I can use instantly. And they're really, really easy. And you don't have to think about it too much, which again, I think thinking about it too much is probably the main problem with a lot of these techniques that you see on the YouTubes and stuff. But essentially, first technique is... Now, you've probably heard of the term resting bitch face before, haven't you? The idea that, I mean, right, whatever face you've got on at the moment, right? Because you're probably not laughing. I mean, you might be laughing because I'm hilarious, fair play to you. But you're probably having your normal face on at the moment, yeah? What does that face look like? Look at yourself in the mirror right now. What does that face look like? Is that the face of a man or a woman that says, hey, talk to me? It's probably not, right? My resting bitch face, right? I've been told by my students at work that I look angry, right? I've got the eyebrows down. I've got the jaw. I mean, you can't see my jaw because it's covered in fuzz and beard and stuff. But, you know, I've got like a constant scowl on my face, right? And so if I go into a social situation with my normal face, I look like I don't want to be there. So you've got to make sure, you've got to 100% make sure that the face that you've got on at the moment isn't scowling. So I always find that making sure that before you engage in a social situation, screw your face up a little bit, you know, raise your eyebrows, you know, do like the up and down kind of motion, you know, smile, unsmile, smile and unsmile, limber your face up. Kind of like before you do like a gym exercises, make sure that your face feels limber. And then try and set your face on like a, I don't know, I would want to describe it, like a smile but not smile, like a neutral face that isn't angry, right? And whenever you see a person that you know, or see a person that you want to talk to, raise your eyebrows a little bit, give them a smile. Hey, how you doing? And that's the technique in a nutshell, right? Because a lot of the time when we socialise with people, a lot of it's communicated through the face, isn't it? It's through hand actions, social action, well, hand actions, facial expressions, the way we carry our shoulders. Now, don't worry about the posture stuff. You know, you hear some people talk about, oh, you need to make sure that your shoulders are back and your backs are straight. Don't get me wrong, shoulders back, back straight, wonderful. It makes you feel taller, and that'll give you confidence and stuff. But that's not necessary. You just need to make sure that you're presenting yourself in a friendly manner. That you're not hostile. Which is harder than... Well, it's not hard. But, you know, I found that without even realising it, I was already giving off hostile vibes just by standing around, and there's a bloody lurker there. That's not a lurker, that's a cat. That's a pseudo dog even. Come on, you bugger. Ha 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 ha! Saw you from a mile off, dickhead. Yeah, bloody... Oh, blooming... It's like Halo, we're teabagging them and everything. Amazing stuff. Oh, we've got a... Was that a mission? Get a cat's tail? Probably. Probably. There we go, next area. We're on our way home to the bandit base, where everything's safe and normal. Also need to buy some rifle ammo, because nowhere else sells rifle ammo, apparently, apart from bandit base. But then again, the economy in this game, the more you buy from shops, the more... Gooder? Better? Sorry, my grammar's really shit all apparently all of a sudden. But yeah, anyway, that's game talk. Don't need to worry about the game. The game is just backdrop. The game is just something that we're doing while having a conversation, isn't it? So yeah, make sure that you're not presenting yourself in some sort of hostile manner. Make sure that you're calm, your face is limber, eyebrows up, give them a smile. Hey, how are you doing? You know, that's your opening, man. There's no crazy, well, I mean, oh, I need to make sure that I'm saying the right words, and I'm wearing the right clothes. You could be wearing a hoodie, you could be wearing a shirt. I mean, I always dress smart, because if I don't dress smart, I look homeless. It's about what you're wearing. Make sure that you're wearing the right face. There we go. That's another term. Lunchbox confidence, and make sure you wear the right face. That's what we want. That's what we want from you at the moment. And what's the second point I wanted to make? Oh, the second point is that you've got to understand, right, is that it's not your job to do the socializing. I know this sounds counterproductive again, but you're in a social situation, yeah? And you're talking to someone, and they're not being very talkative back, right? And it may feel like you're interviewing them. You're asking loads of questions. Hey, what are you doing? What are you interested in? Oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about the wicker ball bat? All that stuff, right? That's not your job, man. Or woman. It's not your job at all. Right? So, generally, in a conversation, or in a social situation, that isn't... that maybe you're not feeling like as if you're... maybe you're feeling like you're being too over-intensive with your questionings, right? There's something called the 2-1 rule in conversations. So let's say, for example, I'm talking to you, right? And we've had the small talk. I've told you, hey, oh, I mean, how are you doing? This, that, and the other. Oh, the weather's bloody rubbish. You know, having a bit of conversation. I've told you about my broken Hoover. I've told you that I've had a lovely bath the other day. Oh, my goodness, love a good bath, all that stuff. Now we're getting into conversations, right? Proper, in-depth conversations, right? And I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to say, oh, you know what? I saw a dog the other day. Oh, I really like dogs. What do you think about dogs? Yep, I'm asking you a question. And you might say, oh, I've got one. And, you give me a bit of information about your dog. And I'm going to say, oh, cool, nice one. How long have you had it? And then you'll give me some more information. And then what I'll do, that's the 2 part of the conversation. Now for the 1 part of the conversation, I'm now going to express my opinion on dogs. And that is, dogs in Stalker are bloody rubbish. Hate pseudo dogs, hate regular dogs. Only takes 1 shotgun bullet to kill them. Right? Don't say that. Don't ever, don't do that at all. It's between you and me, man, and woman, or woman. It's just, but you know what I mean, right? I ask you 2 questions, and I'm gonna express my opinion once, right? That is then their invitation. Oh, so after you've expressed your opinion, right? What you're gonna do is that you're gonna shut up. You're not gonna say a word. You're just gonna, well, not exactly like shut up isn't like, oh my goodness, no more words and stuff, but like. Generally, what you're going to do in that situation is that you're just going to stop talking. You're going to open the floor up for that individual to be able to talk themselves. Because, I mean, sometimes when we're overly questioning people, good lord, this radiation everywhere is just awful, I hate it. Welcome to the radiation episode where everything is covered in shite. Which makes sense, we are in an irradiated hellhole. But yeah, so sometimes when you're asking loads of questions, don't give people enough room to talk, yeah? So you've got to give them that space. But let's say, for example, when they don't talk. You know? What do you do then? A lot of people will fill that silence by talking some more. And that's not your job. You know what? If they don't respond, then that's fine. You don't need to talk anymore. You can just enjoy the silence that you've created. It's a silence that you've made and it's natural. If anything, they're the ones probably feeling awkward, right? So you've got to make sure that in those situations they follow that 2-1 rule. This is a theory, right? You don't have to actually follow it to the letter. You could do a 1-1. You could do a 0-1, right? It doesn't matter, but as long as you understand that you're not doing question. You're talking, you're asking questions, you're giving people your opinions, and then you're allowing them to respond, or at least you're allowing them the chance to not respond. Because that way, then you'll feel a lot more natural, and you'll feel like as if the conversation is earned, I guess, if that's even the correct way of thinking about it. So yeah, so I think that's all I've really got to say on the topics today. We've covered quite a lot of ground. I've died a couple of times, and all that stuff. We'll continue walking till we get to the next area for saving. That's generally all I've got to say on the matter. Oh, I suppose I may as well give you more homework. May as well give you some extra bits and bobs that you can do. Now, I think that the main thing to take away from this episode is building up the core confidence stuff. Am I even going in the right direction? I hope I am. This does not look familiar. Yes, we are going in the right direction. Well done, Miss Landshark. You know how it... Oh, we've got a mission... Oh, I'll tell you what, shall we attempt the mission in here? There's a hitman. Olivia's contributed to run a hitman on a Porsucker and then return for payment. Let's do that. I'll kill him. We'll call it a day. But yes, your homework, right? So, what you're going to do the mainstay of this conversation that we've had today is about developing that core confidence. What I want from you is to make a 7-day plan. A 7-day routine, shall we say. You're going to pick one day of the week where you're going to dedicate an hour to house maintenance, right? And you're going to make it tolerable. You're going to put some music on, put a podcast on. You're going to, I don't know, for all I care, drink before you do it. You're going to make that 1 hour a week where you do house maintenance stuff. Whether it's washing the pots, hoovering, maybe you can make it 2 hours. Make it as long and as frequent as you want, but make sure that is what you want, right? There's no pressure. Hell, make it half an hour if an hour's too much, right? But just dedicate a point in time once a week where you're going to do it, yeah? And right, okay, so that's one part of the routine. I want you to then basically, I want you to. Oh, there's a baddie. Ooh, what on earth is this? Oh, Jesus, I don't like that. As a controller. Oh, that's horror stories. Don't you laugh at me. Oh. Where are you? Oh, bob and weave. Bloody terrifying. Can you see why I'm scared of him? Come on, you bugger. Where are you? Oh. Oh. Run away. Run away. I don't like this at all. Oh, I'm such a coward. I'm sorry. No. 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 He can just sod right off. Bloody controllers. Don't like him at all. They're quite fast as well, so probably following me. Right. Go to the main road, Mr. Landshark. Nothing bad happens on the main road. Yeah, look at it. It's a fence. They can't cross fences, can they? Okay, right. So, in addition to this 1 hour a week where you're going to dedicate to house maintenance, you are going to think of 1 hour a day which you are going to dedicate to food maintenance. You're going to think of maybe 2 or 3 meals that are quite easy to cook. Like I said, I would highly recommend pasta, chicken, and some sort of tomato-based sauce. Just throw in a pan and make it all work. And I want you to dedicate some time a day, not to throw some food in the oven and forget about it, but I want you to actively focus on the actual act of cooking itself. Right? And then what I want you to do is once every 2 days, or once every day, depending on what your style of self-grooming is, I want you to dedicate a certain amount of time in those allotted times, or days, sorry, to actively dedicating it to that activity, the washing and stuff. Yeah, so cook, wash, clean. That's what I want you to do. That is the priority target at the moment for you to develop that core confidence. And like I said earlier on, you don't need to totally. Actually, where is the target at the moment? Are you down here? You're somewhere over there. To look for you. Very keenly, very eager. Oh, we're being shot at. Ah, you over there? I can see you. He knows. He knows his time is up. Come on, you bugger. Claiming your soul. If I don't kill you. He's dead. Don't have many bullets left though. Where's the other guy then? There must be 2. Bloody clear sky wankers. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Ow. Oh, my gun's jammed. Fuck's sake. Nothing worse than your gun jamming mid-firefight. It's showing up on my reticle. Have you fallen over? Might have. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm a bandit. I'm a baddie. But we've done it. Succeeded in things. And now we're going to take all your shite. Assemble. Oh, can I not? Fuel strip. Fuel strip. No, okay. I won't take any of your stuff then. Clearly we need to get more gubbins for taking people's stuff off them. That's fine, though. We'll just take all your rubbish as well. Well done, team. Good job. Ooh, you're actually an upgraded one as well. We might take you. We might take you. And by might, he says as he's actively taking that. There's a save point over here. We'll save there and we'll do that. But yeah, so make a weekly routine that you're going to attempt to follow with the understanding that you don't actually have to succeed at following it. You're just going to give it a try, right? And once you've started following that routine, once you've started doing that, you'll find that your actual weekly, well, your core confidence is going to grow at least a little bit. Actually, are we overweight? We are massively overweight, in fact. I think we just need to get rid of a load of stuff. I think that's not doing us any favours. I was hoping to... In fact, can I break that down at all? Can I just rip you up? Yes, I can. Cool. Nice one. Good job, team. That's what I really wanted. So, yes, that's what we're going to do, man. That's what you need to do to start this core confidence journey. And don't stop doing the homework that I set you the previous week, neither. You've still got to make sure that you're doing those things that you actively enjoy. It's all useful. The core confidence, that's the reason why it's like step 3 rather than step 1 or 5. It's the step in the middle, because that's the one thing that will help you with the whole kit and caboodle of socializing. That's what I think anyway. You know, I mean, bearing in mind that I am not some professional in this, I'm just a guy who's going through this whole process like everyone else is. But, you know, I just thought that, hey, well, you know what, it's a thing that I've done, and it might help other people. And isn't that something, eh? So, you know what I'm going to do as well, is that if you've got any questions about this stuff, or maybe any good anecdotes they want me to share on the channel and stuff, then please do feel free to let me know in the comments, or also, you can also DM me directly via the Discord. You can find me on my Discord. I've put it in the links in all my videos. And if I forget to do it for this video, just look at one of my Warhammer videos. It'll be in there somewhere. You DM me directly. Any questions, if it's like too, like, you know, embarrassing to ask the question outright, that's fine, because, you know, I'll answer anything. And if I can't answer it, I'll let you know. I'll do it in a video here, but I'll probably answer the question in the DM, but I'll also answer it on this video, or these kinds of videos, because it's quite useful. And if there's any topics that you guys want me to discuss that might be useful for you, then please feel free to let me know. But look at us, we've done stuff. We've been successful. Kind of. Have we died several times? Yes. But we've also done things. So well done, team. Good job, team. Anyway, so before I start rambling on for too long, my name is s.T.A.L.K.e.r, and it's been a pleasure, as always. Never a chore. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.